It is finally time that we go through every single Might and Magic review made by SsethTzeentach, and today we're gonna start with Might and Magic 7 review, classic RPG for cool kids. Let's get started.
Hey people, Seth here.
What's up, man?
Today I'll be reviewing an old RPG classic and a childhood favorite of mine, Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor.
Let's go.
As follow-up to a poorly edited review of Might and Magic 6 that I made and people.
Look at this. People back in the day already saw the quality of SsethTzeentach's content. Like, this is great shit.
Somehow liked. Might and Magic 7 may honestly be, in my opinion, the best game in the series, due to streamlining many of the problems of the previous title, while refining character progression, and most
the immense power of Earth magic, I see, man.
Importantly, adding replayability. So with that said, let's talk about the insane plot. Continuing on from Might and Magic 6, the Kriegans, space-traveling devil aliens that breed like crazy and produce too many children to be sustainable,
pretty weird lore, this game,
have been repelled from the land of Enroth, because some deadbeat adventurers beat their ship's nuclear reactor to a pulp. Meanwhile, on another continent separated by sea, Erathia is receiving its own fair share of demonic infestation.
Oh my God.
To top it off, other aliens crash land their ship into the local ocean. After a disagreement over gender identity, they part ways and disappear. This is all told by an FMV sequence at the start of the game, which ends with you being blinded by Karl Marx's bullshit. Your party has no clue about any of this because they're deadbeat adventurers who start off the game on a treasure hunt organized by Lord Markham, a useless bureaucrat who wants to pawn off the land of Harmondale to a group of unwitting idiots. And what better place to do it than on Emerald Island, a world-famous resort rated 1 star for health and safety.
When I see this shit, I can't believe how far gaming has come. Like, okay, we are currently in the stagnating point, like, it's not really that great, but the progress from then till, like, 2014, I guess, the games got pretty good. I mean, from a graphical standpoint, this is insanity.
5 years.
They literally used just PNGs, man. These were the days, man.
Running. If you ignore the swarms of man-eating dragonflies and the resident red dragons living in a cave literally 50 meters from town, it's actually a rather nice place. You eventually win the contest, due in no small part to the fact that all the other contestants are congenitally malformed and suffer learning difficulties. Lord Markham quickly gives you the rights to Harmondale and fucks off. Once you actually arrive to Harmondale, your butler informs you that the keep has been occupied by goblins and fallen into disrepair. Even after race cleansing the place, the goblin smegma is so heavily set into the brickwork that only dwarven bleach can hope to remove it. So you travel to the Barrow Downs, an actual place in the Hobbit, and agree to help the bearded Jews in exchange for some max-strength Sillet Bang. The bleach melts down all traces of goblin ejaculate and makes the place nice enough that people start fucking caring about Harmondale again, since Harmondale is contested territory. Thanks, Markham. The elves send their ambassador who explains that Harmondale is rightful elvish clay and was only conquered by—
Bro, is that Fraps in the upper left corner? The 120 FPS is with Fraps?
Humans, because elves subsist on a free-range, non-GMO diet of lettuce and avocado, which makes their bones brittle and their skin crack from loud noises.
I can't really remember if it's Fraps, but come on. It's something in some program like that.
Human ambassador explains eloquently that Harmondale is currently Erathian territory because of previous acts of elvish aggression, such as existing and forgetting to place a "Do Not Invade Me" doormat at the entrance. Here you can choose to either side with Queen Catherine of Erathia or the shirtless elvish king from the Tularian forest. Whichever side you choose, hostilities between the regions increase until the Seer of Harmondale passes away.
Bro, Skyrim completely copied that. Like choosing a side in a war. Imagine that.
As the Lords of Harmondale,
it all came to this game, man. And then it relates to Pong, yeah. Every game ends at Pong. Like, if you say, yeah, that game copied that thing, and that game copied that thing, they all copied that from the very first game. And that's just the truth. They, after that, they inspired the next generation and so on, you know what I mean?
Diplomatic process of choosing a successor.
So stop saying shit that this game copied that. Like, it is just annoying, man. So please, yeah.
falls on you. The Wizards of Bracada Desert suggest picking their soft-spoken ambassador to quell the fighting and attempt to bring peace, while the Necromancers of Deja also bring their candidate to the table, an unqualified and inexperienced paper pusher who will only lobby in their...
Bro, how these icons look like, man. I love it. Like, this is pure quality. They put their heart and soul into this shit. Like, it feels like a person made this shit. Like, it truly feels like a person made it when you see games like this. But nowadays, with the newer games, they feel so formulaic. Should I say, they are all made with a recipe which is perfect for the standard consumer to gain the most amount of money. And that's pretty sad, man. But where's the passion, man? Like, where's the quality? The true passion, man. It has nothing to do with graphics. I mean, just pure dedication to your work. I miss that.
Their interests and has no patience for diplomacy. Which candidate you pick determines the rest of the game, whether the elves and humans settle their border disputes or break into all-out war. The faction you choose to endorse will then invite you to talk further and figure out what's actually going on. The aliens that crash landed on the planet are actually ancients that split off into two opposing ideologies and now command each respective group. You'll be tasked with sabotage, assassination, and subterfuge to foil the plans of the opposing...
What the hell? Does he have a pistol or what?
Ancients. Once all this is completed, the final mission of the game is to literally get diving suits and go deep into the ocean. There at the bottom you'll find the crashed remains of their ship, together with all the ship's security.
Yeah.
If your party survives the onslaught, you can obtain the ship's control cube, guaranteeing victory for your chosen faction.
I nearly forgot that this is a sci-fi game and not a fantasy game. Maybe a crossover.
The light side uses it to make a fucking Stargate that can dial other planets, while the dark side ending is pretty much what politicians and lawmakers think 3D printing is, with the leader using the control cube to print infinite copies of laser pistols, which he immediately tests on the follower, and everybody cheers. Might and Magic 7 plays similarly to the previous title, with an extended set of possible races to pick, such as goblins, dwarves, elves, and humans, and new classes, including rangers, which are jack-of-all-trade archers, monks, who are second to knights in fighting ability but use their fists, and thieves, which have exclusive access to the stealing skill that's good for being permanently barred from stores across the game.
Bro, you spam the stealing abilities till it works, and if it doesn't work, you just reload your file. Like, it's pretty easy.
Your party also runs by
That's
default,
how we do it.
unlike in Might and Magic 6 where you had to slam down the shift key all the time. The biggest changeover from 6 is that all characters now have skill restrictions according to their class promotion. What I mean by this is that in the game, each class has 3 possible promotions. So, for a sorcerer, that would be to wizard, and from wizard, either an archmage, if you chose...
Bro, how these game boxes look like. Win fast. GeForce LE. No, that's a graphic card. So is it a graphic card box? It says GeForce. I guess so. I don't know, man.
Chose the light path.
But I can remember those boxes. Like, we had them in the cellar. We had something similar to that. Not that old, but this probably photoshopped, isn't it?
Or a lich, if you chose the dark path. You need to progress through the game, perform difficult promotion quests, and pledge allegiance to a faction, before unlocking the true potential of your class strengths. For a sorcerer, this would mean that they could reach expertise in all elemental schools of magic, but will only be able to reach mastery and learn master-level elemental spells after their first promotion to wizard, something very critical for game-changing spells like Town Portal and Flight, which could previously be picked up and used from level 1 in Might and Magic 6, so long as you knew the respective magic type. Okay. In general, Grand Mastery of a skill requires you to finish your final promotion quest. Most classes can learn most of the skills available, but may be locked out from Mastery or even Expertise. The most extreme example of this is Alchemy, Grand Mastery of which is class restricted to a fully promoted Druid, meaning that if you want to make black potions, the best potions in the game that can confer permanent stat bonuses and cure nearly every
Oh my god, the thing with potions again in those games. I can't remember. I don't know if... Now, it wasn't Might and Magic. It was another game, which also Seth reviewed. But you could, like, make so many potions with ease, no effort at all, and sell them all to get like basically an infinite amount of money. I don't think it was in Might and Magic, but yeah, that shit was insane, man.
Condition, you'll need a druid in your party. The game is shorter than Might and Magic 6 and encourages you to at least play through both of the different sides, and thus try a different party of adventurers. Even if you pick a party of 4 monks or something ridiculous, the game is entirely completable, as towns can be filled with hirelings and NPCs that can compensate for skills or spells that you lack, in exchange for some of the gold you earn. Because you can spacebar anytime to go into turn-based mode or switch into real-time combat, you'll find yourself plowing through dungeons very quickly with some experience. And there's a lot of fighting in this game. There's a reason.
Holy shit, that thing looks pretty realistic and disgusting, mate. Like, not realistic, but you can see the 3D effects, like, back in the day, that shit looks amazing, man.
They called this genre of RPGs blobbers. You go from killing goblins, to killing sluts, to killing behemoths and titans, and all the sprite work is gorgeous, together with orchestral music written for each area. Might and Magic 7 also added its own card game that you can play in taverns, and receive a generous tournament prize if you manage to beat all.
Get away with Gwent. This is the true shit, man. What the hell? I never knew there was a card game like in Might and Magic 7. What the hell?
All 13 innkeepers across the world. Archmage is incredibly fucking fun and requires you to pick and adjust your strategy to beat the opponent in time, with multiple victory conditions existing, such as building your towers to a certain height, reducing your opponent's tower to 0, or winning through attrition in long games by accumulating enough resources. Both players draw from an identical shuffle deck, so learning all the possible cards and how to play against them doesn't take long at all. To close off, Might and Magic 7 is probably the tightest of all the Might and Magic games created in the series, and genuinely just a whole load of fun. It's a very comfy game as well, the type of thing you can play after work with a hot cup of coffee under the blankets. If you're interested in getting a copy, there's shared discs all over the internet, although I would personally recommend you get the goodoldgames.com copy of the game, since they repackaged it into a single installer that doesn't require the disc to run, and has the music files playing without the need for.
With these old games, I won't problem. Like, I bought the old disc in the fucking store for 15 euros, something like that, okay? I used the CD key. I think it was Command & Conquer, like every single game of a Command & Conquer series, all the old ones, Tiberium Wars and shit like that. I used that key and it didn't work. Like, why won't real packages, like real codes, won't work, but some random code in the internet? I just picked up some random code from the internet and it fucking worked. Like, I just wrote it in Google and somehow it worked. I don't know. Like, you can't trust the real thing anymore. It's so sad.
For a screeching optical disk drive. I've also quietly attached a link to my copy. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm no longer inactive because I'm doing my master's thesis for a whole year.
What?
Unfortunately, that means I'm in the labs all week and can't really do my old job at the same time. So, I'm making this my job. Seth is shilling out, and with your hard-earned dollars, you can pay a medical professional to avoid his responsibilities and delay starting a family. If you just want to leave a tip, there's a link to my PayPal. If you want to go all out, I made a Patreon. It's a per-video basis, so you only ever pay when I actually make something.
Like, this is how it all started. Like, this is one of his first videos. We're gonna go through. Wait, I want to see where it was. Go through videos. Well, we already watched a lot. And what can we react to next? Like, I started with Nico Power on, but the first 2 minutes when I started the reaction, it was fucking weird, man. Like, that shit. This is straight up. This is straight up like a hentai, like the no anime shit on YouTube. I don't think that this is allowed, man. I don't think it's good for my channel either. But he got successful with it, but damn, they really need to react to this shit. But I think I must, because I said so. I said we go through the entire SsethTzeentach review library. Like, we don't react to this old shit, like 20, 30-second clips, so that's irrelevant. But to the good shit. Paladin's review. I've watched that one, bro. That was great as well, man. the origin story. Perfect. And I guess, yeah, we go through everything. Everything. And guys, if you liked it, subscribe to Seth. And what is more important for me is that you subscribe and leave a like for me right now. I would really appreciate it if you want to see more reaction content, if you want to see more gaming content. I tried to let's play a game today. Like, I really tried it, but my fucking OBS lagged out, and I made like 4 parts already, so I could make it officially. So I could put out like two let's play videos a day with 1 reaction video a day, so I could like get 3 videos per day. You know what I mean? I recorded all that shit, and they lagged out. It lagged out. Like, it was basically like 5 FPS in OBS. My camera was perfectly fine. Like right now, it was perfect. I needed to redo all my settings, and I tried to fix it so we can go to some gaming adventures, I guess. And if you want to see that as well, yeah, go subscribe, I guess. And that's it. That's it. If you want to see more of this shit, I guess you know where you find me. See you next time. Wafer out.